All right, hey guys, we are back. Hole number 5 here. We're going to set up for a little bit alternate approach from what you guys saw on my stream yesterday. Notice that my big topper's accuracy is 24, which is about 2.5 per ring. I might come in a little bit on that adjustment, maybe 2.3 per ring, I'm thinking, because we are going to go with a royal ball. So notice I'm going to have a royal ball, 2/17 my power. Aside from that, we're going to focus on perfect ball. The first time I saw this shot done was yesterday morning, sometime posted to Golf Clash University by Dave Bevan. And that's the approach that we are going to go about pulling this one off. It's funny that this worked because I feel like I tried this a bunch of times in Tour 9 and it didn't with my POC 7. So, and in my opinion, the differences between an POC 7 and Big Topper 5 or 6 are very, very minimal. We're only talking about maybe 8 or so topspin, but I had several instances where I couldn't pull this shot off. But, you know, the biggest thing you can see is, first off, notice how big the target is on this fairway. But that is going to be the basic method that we're going to use here. Just a little bit of right spin, very, very minimal, and just putting our full top spin on. Aside from that, we are going to go, like I mentioned, maybe about 2.3 per ring, which is probably going to be almost spot on 4 rings. So aside from that, just try to set your power according to, you know, what needs to be done. It looks like I needed to go a little bit into power, so that's what you're seeing. And just try to concentrate on that perfect ball because this club is not accurate whatsoever. And it looks like, if anything, I still had a little bit of an overplay, and it's not going to run out. But at the very least, you can see it gives you a reasonable angle, and it can vary just as easily get into that fairway. So you might want to go even a little bit less rings than I just did there, which means that's odd, because that means, because I played a little bit less wind adjustment, you're probably not even going to need that. So if you almost stick to the standard wind adjustment, even though we're going into plus yardage and power, it seems to be a little bit more spot on, because it looks like my landing zone was a little short and left on that island, which means that I probably overcorrected by about a half ring, which would have been a more spot up 2.5 per ring adjustment. So maybe cheat more towards, using that 2.5 number for that shot. Aside from that, you can see that I probably didn't quite use enough power. But I can assure you, had I got a better bounce, that would have made it. I have been in a similar spot before, and I have sized this shot up, and I'm assuming that the ring adjustment is almost going to be a ring here. Now, what you are going to see me do for this shot is I'm going to try to make sure that I land it onto the green because I think that it's going to be a little bit more reliable surface. So, but aside from that, you're going to see me just put the ball guide right on the cup, kind of like that, and focus on right around maybe a ring adjustment, maybe just a tiny bit more. And there you can see I did catch perfect ball, and you can see that you are able to, with that ring adjustment that I used, which was probably right around 7, 8 per ring, is going to be absolutely ideal and give you a very good chance to hold that one out. So good luck on that 5th hole, like I mentioned, and as I also mentioned, especially if you can get that ball more centered up into the middle of that fairway, it is going to be very makeable to where you can get it to run out into that fairway. I've seen it in the fairway several times now. So it's more my error than anything, as I was just trying to basically, use some logic, which seems a little bit, counterintuitive as to why it's not working. But, you just take it for what it is and just kind of come in on that ring adjustment. If I went 4 rings on a 9, you're going to have to come in on that adjustment slightly, if you want to pull that shot off. Because you can see that I landed a little bit too much left on that fairway, but more importantly, I got kind of a dud bounce and really need to work on maybe getting just a tiny bit more power than that. So good luck there with that hole, guys. As you can see that it's still going to be, you know, a very easy pitch, even if you aren't able to make it. But with Big Topper, you are going to lose quite a bit of accuracy, and it's really going to focus on perfect ball and precision. But you could do it with, you know, even a less Big Topper. Even if you had a Big Topper 2, 3, 4, with a Royal Ball combination, you could probably just go into a more full power shot. And, you know, if I choose to do that shot again, I'm going to do it with a little bit more power for you guys, because it seemed to have played very short. So I would use that as my revision, and I would just slightly modify my shot. So good luck, guys, and catch you guys for hole 6 coming up.